Every year, someone spreads manure on their garden and ends up sick. E. coli outbreaks have hit over 200 people from poorly heated compost since 2011. Are you turning fertilizer into a health risk without knowing it? Today, we reveal the science and the real risks hiding in your pile. Number 15. Mold in your compost. On a sunny day, a compost pile can look harmless, just a mound of garden gold. But inside, a hidden threat builds up that most people never see coming. In 2008, a healthy gardener in the UK spread out leaf mulch, inhaled a big puff of compost dust, and 3 days later, his lungs shut down. Doctors traced the cause to a fungus called Aspergillus fumigatus, a mold that thrives in damp piles of rotting leaves and mulch. They published the case in The Lancet to warn others, because this fungus doesn't just grow, it spreads millions of invisible spores every time a pile is moved or poked. While most healthy people are resistant, intense exposure, such as from moving large volumes of heavily molded compost, can overwhelm defenses in any individual. If you have asthma, immune disorders, or lung conditions, a heavy hit of these spores can mean fever, coughing, or, in rare cases, a hospital trip. Studies from Europe and the US confirm that outbreaks often happen after gardening, especially during dry spells when compost dust fills the air. Doctors recommend simple steps. Dampen dry piles before handling, open bags away from your face, and wear a mask if you see visible mold. Once you know that a common garden chore can lead to a deadly infection, you start to rethink every safe puff of compost dust that floats past your nose. Compost dust also has another trick up its sleeve, one that earned the name the farmer's lung. Number 14. Breathing in compost dust. One shovel toss and the air fills with brown dust. Each tiny speck is invisible, but some carry a long hidden danger straight into your lungs. Farmers first described farmer's lung nearly a century ago. Back then, no one linked their coughs and fevers to the clouds of moldy hay and compost. Today, science calls it hypersensitivity pneumonitis, a slow, sneaky lung disease caused by breathing in spores from compost, hay, or even wood chips. A 2017 review found compost workers and gardeners who breathe this dust are more likely to develop cough, fever, shortness of breath, and in serious cases, lasting lung scarring. The risk rises on still, dry days. Picture turning over a pile of old mulch or bagged compost. The puff of dust lifts up and hangs there, packed with spores from Aspergillus, Penicillium, and Actinomycetes. Researchers have measured spore levels 10 times higher during compost turning, and symptoms spike after these jobs. Kids, older adults, and anyone with allergies or weak lungs need extra care. Sometimes one exposure triggers days of wheezing or a trip to the ER. Solutions are easy but easy to skip. Wear gloves and a mask, stand upwind, and do big compost jobs on breezy days. Scientists and health officials say this can drop your exposure by more than half. Every time you rip open a bag or turn that pile, remember, one breath can be the start of a story you never wanted to finish. And while dust threatens your lungs, a simple bag of potting soil can carry a danger most people never expect at home. Number 13. Potting mix can carry Legionnaires' disease. It looks safe, a fresh bag of potting soil waiting for new seeds. But under that plastic, bacteria can multiply and turn a simple gardening day into a medical emergency. Since the 1980s, doctors in Australia and New Zealand noticed a strange pattern. Fit, healthy gardeners getting struck down by a rare type of pneumonia, Legionnaires' disease. Investigators traced outbreaks to potting mix and compost, where Legionella longbeachi thrives. In 2022, New South Wales saw 96 cases linked to garden soils. Just tipping a dry bag or sniffing the mix can send invisible bacteria into the air, and your lungs are the next stop. Symptoms come fast: high fever, coughing, muscle pain. Most recover, but some cases are fatal. A Victorian health alert in 2021 warned of a spike. 34 cases in months, all traced back to gardening with potting mix. The government now tells people, wear gloves, open bags slowly, keep your face away, and always wash hands after. Most people exposed to Legionella bacteria don't become ill, but the risk increases for smokers, elderly gardeners, and those with weakened immune systems. When you realize a bag from the store can send you to the ICU, the next scoop of compost doesn't look quite the same. And if potting mix can hide bacteria, just wait until you see what happens when your compost pile never gets hot enough to kill off another wave of invisible threats. Number 12. E. coli and Salmonella. Many gardeners picture their compost as a fire that cleans everything, breaking down banana peels, old leaves, and even manure into harmless, healthy soil. But when the pile stays lukewarm, deadly bacteria can survive the whole process. Foodborne germs like E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria often hitch a ride into compost from raw kitchen scraps, animal manure, or garden waste. The science is crystal clear. Compost must reach at least 131 degrees Fahrenheit for several days to kill most of these bugs. A 2016 microbiology review showed that cool, slow piles often let these bacteria hang on for months, especially on the shady edges or corners where heat never reaches. Researchers from the University of California proved that 3 days at 55 degrees Celsius kills Salmonella and E. coli, but warm piles let them hide, multiply, and end up on your lettuce or strawberries. Outbreaks are rare in home gardens, but not impossible. Just ask the families who skipped washing greens from backyard beds after spreading compost that never heated up. Simple rules matter. Use hot composting for anything with manure. Give cool piles extra time and keep risky compost away from salad beds. Because the next thing you throw in that heap, especially pet waste, is a risk for everyone who touches the soil. Number 11. Pet feces and compost can spread parasites. Every year, families toss dog or cat feces in their compost, thinking it breaks down like leaves. What many people miss is the risk hiding inside. Pet waste brings in roundworm and hookworm eggs, tough, tiny survivors. Toxocara eggs from dog or cat feces can last for months in the soil, even after the pile looks done. These eggs don't die unless the compost gets very hot, which backyard heaps rarely do. A few years back in New York, a city park tested positive for Toxocara after dog waste made it into their mulch piles. Kids playing barefoot were the most at risk for getting sick. So how do you keep your garden safe? Most experts warn against adding pet waste to regular compost, especially where kids or pets play. If you want to compost pet poop, use a separate high-heat system far from food gardens. This one move protects everyone in your yard. What else hides in the compost that can hurt you by surprise? Sometimes it's the tiniest cut that leads to the biggest trouble. Let's look closer at the next danger. Number 10. Small cuts can turn into big infections. Handling compost can leave tiny scratches, sometimes you barely notice. But a single scrape can invite serious trouble if the wrong germs are present. Soil and compost are full of life, and some of it wants to move in through broken skin. Clostridium tetani, the bacteria behind tetanus, lives in dirt and manure. Even a little splinter or thorn prick can let it in, and you might not feel symptoms for days. In the US, the CDC still reports dozens of tetanus cases each year, often traced back to gardening accidents or animal waste. Add in bacteria like Staphylococcus or Streptococcus, and a cut can swell, redden, and hurt in hours. Health experts always recommend gloves and up-to-date tetanus shots, especially when working in deep mulch or city compost where sharp debris may hide. If a wound swells, turns red, or oozes pus, don't wait. Get it checked fast. What starts as a scratch can turn dangerous if ignored. And sometimes you won't even need a cut. Just breathing in the wrong dust can set off allergies before you know it. Number 9. Moldy compost can trigger allergies. Old, damp compost often grows a fuzzy layer that looks harmless. But for many people, turning that pile can mean sneezing, coughing, or a full-on asthma attack. Airborne mold spores like Aspergillus and Penicillium rise from every forkful. In 2019, a study showed compost workers with asthma had more attacks and used more medication after handling moldy piles. Even home gardeners have reported itchy eyes, rashes, and breathing trouble after stirring up an old heap. If you already have allergies, even a little exposure can trigger a reaction. Wearing a dust mask, asking someone else to turn very moldy piles, and wetting the compost before you move, it can make a huge difference. Sometimes it's not just your lungs you have to worry about. There's another danger brewing deep inside that compost, and it's one most people never see until it's too late. Number 8. Hot compost piles can start fires. Large, dense piles of mulch or compost can heat up for days, building temperatures above 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Few gardeners realize that under the right conditions, this heat can spark a real fire. In 2020, a California mulch facility saw a compost pile smolder for 3 days before it erupted. Firefighters found the core at 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Microbes breaking down wood, leaves, and grass create natural heat. If oxygen sneaks into a dry pocket, it can ignite the pile from the inside out. Home gardeners see this less often, but even a backyard heap can get dangerously hot in summer. Keeping piles small, damp, and well-turned drops the risk. Avoid stacking too high, especially with lots of fresh grass or sawdust. The risk grows with every extra inch and every hot day. And while most people worry about the flames, another hidden threat creeps up in the form of toxic gases, setting up the next big surprise waiting inside every rotting pile. Number 7. Rotting piles can release bad gases. When a compost pile turns wet and heavy, it stops smelling fresh and starts to bite your nose. That change in odor signals more than a small problem. Anaerobic microbes take over when a heap packs too tight or stays soggy for days. They release gases like ammonia and hydrogen sulfide, gases that in high doses can irritate your eyes, burn your throat, and make your head pound. In 2017, a waste facility in Texas measured ammonia spikes strong enough to drive workers indoors. Most home piles don't get that bad, but a rotten smell means your compost's in trouble. So, what do? Loosen up the pile, mix in dry brown leaves, and keep it from turning into a swamp. Most times, the stink fades in a day or two, along with the worst of the risk. However, while you're focused on the smell, there's another problem hidden underfoot. Sharp bits of trash hiding in free or city compost, waiting for the next careless hand. Number 6. Hidden trash can cause cuts and injuries. Free city compost can feel like a win until you run a rake through it and hit glass, wire, or sharp plastic. Every year, public compost programs collect tons of yard waste mixed with household trash. Even with the best sorting, some debris slips through. A family in Chicago in 2018 found broken bottles in their flower bed after using city compost. It's not just an ugly surprise. A deep cut from contaminated soil can lead to nasty infections, especially if tetanus or staph bacteria get inside. Pets get hurt too, limping in with cuts from hidden shards buried in the pile. What's the move? Always check new compost by spreading it thin and picking through it before planting. Gloves save hands, and a garden screen catches the worst surprises. Over time, you learn which compost sources to trust and which ones to skip. Now, imagine using your safe compost, but the plants themselves hold poisons that outlast everything else. Some dangers travel all the way from tree to finished soil. Number 5. Poisonous plants stay dangerous in the pile. Certain plants poison the compost from start to finish. Black walnut leaves drop a chemical called juglone, and it keeps tomatoes, potatoes, and peppers from growing well, sometimes for years. People first noticed this in the early 1900s, when garden failures seemed to follow walnut trees. Oleander, yew, and castor beans are even more dangerous. Their toxins survive the composting process, harming pets and sometimes people who touch or eat them by mistake. Poison Control Center's field calls every season from gardeners who unknowingly spread these leftovers onto edible beds or play spaces. To avoid these hidden threats, always keep suspect plant material in a separate no-food compost bin, or better yet, dispose of it safely outside your garden. When in doubt, check with local extension services or poison control. They know which plants are a problem in your area. But it's not just plants making trouble. Sometimes your compost pile invites a whole new cast of characters, and some come with teeth, claws, and a nose for leftovers. Number 4. Compost can attract rats and snakes. A warm, stinky compost heap can pull in rats, mice, and even snakes, turning your garden into a tiny wildlife motel. Rats especially love piles full of kitchen scraps or bread. They dig tunnels and breed in the soft, warm bedding, leaving behind droppings that can spread diseases like leptospirosis and salmonella. In 2015, one London community garden fought a rat invasion after neighbors dumped old pasta and cheese in their bins. It took months of traps, cleanup, and new rodent-proof bins to stop the problem. Where rats go, snakes sometimes follow, drawn by the promise of easy prey and shelter. To keep your heap safe, skip meat and dairy, use covered bins, and bury fresh scraps deep in the pile. Tidy the area and never give pests a hiding place right next to your back door. Once you see how pests use compost for shelter and food, you'll want to know what happens if animal manure doesn't heat up enough to kill off all the germs. Number 3. Animal manure can spread disease if not hot enough. When you spread manure on your garden, you might picture lush tomatoes and tall corn. But there's a risk hiding in the pile. If the heap never gets hot enough, those microbes from the barnyard can end up on your dinner plate. Fresh cow, chicken, or horse manure can carry germs like E. coli, Salmonella, and Campylobacter. It sounds like a distant threat, but public health records tell a different story. In 2006, a spinach farm outbreak in the US was traced to poorly composted manure. Over 200 people got sick, and the economic hit ran into millions. Scientists have tracked E. coli living in compost for up to 77 days if the pile stays below 131 degrees Fahrenheit, 55 degrees Celsius. In small backyard bins, heat rarely spreads evenly, especially around the edges and bottom. So, what really works? The gold standard is hot composting. Build a big pile, keep it moist, and turn it so every corner gets up to temperature. Guidelines from the USDA and EPA say you want 3 days above 55 degrees Celsius for pathogens to die off. Many organic farms even track their piles with thermometers and logbooks. For home gardeners, longer wait times help. Let manure-rich compost sit at least 6 months before it touches food beds. Ever notice how some vegetables taste odd or get slimy fast after using fresh compost? That might be the bacteria at work. The solution is time and temperature. No shortcuts. The next worry, though, doesn't need your hands. It rides the wind, traveling from big compost sites straight into your lungs. Number 2, big compost piles can spread germs through the air. Think about what happens when a commercial compost site turns thousands of pounds of leaves, grass, and food waste every day. Every load tossed, every pile moved, throws clouds of dust into the sky, filled with microscopic hitchhikers. These tiny travelers are called bioaerosols. In the Netherlands, a 2003 study measured spore counts at compost sites and found levels up to 500,000 spores per cubic meter. That's enough to make workers cough, wheeze, or worse, especially if they already have asthma or allergies. Over 13 years, another research group tracked compost workers and found more lung symptoms and higher rates of chronic cough compared to nearby office workers. Some countries now require buffer zones between composting plants and homes because of these airborne germs. And it's not just workers. In some places, neighbors have reported more eye and nose irritation, especially when the wind blows right. The air doesn't care about fences or property lines. Even laundry hung outside can catch spores on high turnover days. So, what can you do? If you live near a big composting operation, check air quality alerts, keep windows closed on turning days, and bring in laundry early. Simple moves, but worth it. That brings up the last danger, maybe the most invisible one of all. The human brain's habit of underestimating risk when something feels natural or homemade. Number 1, feeling too safe can make you take risks. Sometimes the biggest risk comes from feeling too safe. Compost feels wholesome, earthy, and homegrown. Because of that, many people ignore the warning signs, skip gloves or masks, and trust their immune system will cover them. Medical journals have reported case after case, people ending up in hospitals with severe lung infections or rare fevers, all because they trusted a harmless-looking pile. In 2010, doctors in Australia documented a cluster of Legionnaires' disease traced to gardeners handling potting mix with bare hands. One patient, a healthy 56-year-old, almost died after ignoring a persistent cough that started just days after spreading mulch. Why do we take these risks? Psychologists call it risk normalization. The more familiar and natural something feels, the less the brain registers any threat. In gardens, this means ignoring rashes, fevers, or deep cuts, and brushing off warnings about spores, bacteria, or toxic plants. So how do you outsmart your own brain? Turn respect into a habit. Wear gloves for dirty jobs, mask up if you see dust, and give wounds or coughs a second thought if they follow a big compost day. By seeing your compost pile as both friend and potential hazard, you keep its benefits and avoid its nastiest surprises. Even seasoned gardeners find new things to fear and respect in every load they turn, proving that nature always has a few secrets left to reveal. There's always another story waiting to surprise you, even when you think you've heard everything. Keep the momentum going. Tap the next video on your screen and follow the story.